So, let's just say we're playing the game of Riva. I switch to Underhook Riva, and then I go to pass the lapel, and it's just a short lapel. Okay, and I can't do the pass off. Okay, so we want to be thinking about ways of controlling his posture. As if I do get it passed off, we talked about how this was very good at keeping Cara bent over. Yeah. Anyone that's familiar with vice guard, another thing we talked about when we were playing lapel guard was if I brought my leg over and put it in his hip. Again, if Cara tries to posture from here, very, very difficult because of this. Okay. Even when he does posture, I can lift my hips. This also allows me to switch in to X guard. That makes sense. Once he's pulling up, that can create different things. It's your fault, Cara, for being a prick. So, say we're here, and I don't get it passed off. I'm going to come back and kind of using that same, sit up there. I can bring my leg over. And again, I can put it under the armpit. And again, from our position, when Cara tries to posture from there, it's been working out. Another thing I've been thinking about is lifting my hips. So he's carrying my weight. That makes sense. So once we're here, we want to be thinking about taking the back. So how are we going to do that? My foot's underneath his armpit. I have my underhook de la Riva. I'm going to use that control. This is called lace guard. So as I pull, I'm going to get Cara's hands on the mat. Okay. From that position, I'm going to take out my de la Riva hook out and switch to like a K guard position. Okay. Once I'm here and I've got his arms on the mat, I'm going to take out my foot and chop it in to his hip. We have covered this when we were playing the system earlier, so it's just the same back take. Let's take a look at that again. So, from our collar and sleeve, we put in our de la Riva hook. We switch to underhook de la Riva. We're going to do that pass off. Maybe the lapel's not long enough. So I can take that lapel and my right foot comes over the top of it, and then I can just hide it at his hip, hide it under his armpit. If I feel he's starting to posture from there, I'll lift my hips. Once I'm there, my de la Riva hook comes out. I put the foot on the hip and turn into like a K guard position, and then I'll use that foot underneath his armpit to get his hands on the mat. Once I have his hands on the mat, I keep the lapel and I just chop in. It's like a matrix hook here. Okay. And now from that position, I just extend to get Cara's knee to the mat, and this way I still have my hook in on the far leg. So again, from that position, I can let go his pants on his heel. Find this. Now I just need to clear that foot off my hip. So my foot comes back. I'll move my hip back, and then it again. And then I pass the lapel underneath. That means that Cara can't turn away to escape. Put my hand on the mat, and just the same theme that she was playing in this mesocycle. She likes to plant her foot on the mat and butt scoop back, pulling them between your legs. Once I have that cross collar control, it doesn't really matter about the hooks now. My left hand is controlling the rotation. Cara tries to turn this way. If he tries to turn this way, it doesn't matter about the hooks. So no matter where, there you go, start rolling row. I'm staying on top, just with that control. We're not worrying too much about the hooks, but when the moment's right and I have connection, hooks come in, and then I can start working the choke. Let's look at that again. So, collar and sleeve, de la Riva, underhook de la Riva. Start to pass the lapel. Maybe it doesn't reach, and maybe I just want to go somewhere else. So keep the grip. Foot comes over the top. You can hide it at the hip or under the armpit. They will try to posture. I just lift my hips. Let them carry my weight, make them work harder than you. Okay, so now I take out the De La Riva hook out, foot comes on the hip, and I just turn my knee inside like a K-guard position, and then I use that foot under the armpit to get their hands on the mat. That foot, that left foot that's in his hip can be used as a distance management that allows me to keep the grip and take my leg out, and then I just chop that along the back. Bring his knee forward towards the mat, find the far hip, plant your foot on the mat, and just move your hip back so his foot hits the mat, and then I come back in again and pass that lapel. Hand goes on the mat, just move your body in a semicircle. You just turn this way, alright. Over here, and then I just move it back. Find that. So again, from there, it comes in, around the back. So that again. So, De La Riva, underhook De La Riva. Maybe I can't pass it off. Yeah. So take the foot, comes over the top, and then find a pump for this at the hip or under the armpit. Anytime you touch the posture, just lift your hips. Okay. This is an easier grip to keep than this, okay? Because he's such more mobility, he can really rip that out. Whereas when we're in this position here, and he, you know, because your lapel is, you know, there's more mobility in it, you can keep this a lot easier. So let's take out the De La Riva hook out. Just turn this way around. So that De La Riva hook comes out, foot goes in the hip, and then I turn my knee into the inside, so it's a K-guard hook. And then I use that connection on the far lat. We need to create that weight shift to get on the back. So I just pull to get his hands on the mat. And I can use that foot as a distance maker. So I want to keep the lapel, and then I just throw in the matrix hook. Leg press to get the knee to the mat, and then find that hip. Plant your foot, move your hip back so to free his foot. Right, his right foot is over my left hip, so I can't take the back until I free that, and then I pull myself in. Pass off. Hands on the mat. Sometimes if you can't get on their back, you can find this and just push it. Yeah. Hand goes over, whether you're going for the choke or I feel they're going to be all over the place, I can come underneath and find that far lapel. This is straight jacket time, or no matter where he goes, do your shipyard. Is he working harder than me? Okay, let's play with that.